Hey everyone, this is Alex. I'm one of the founders of Modit, and I'm just going to give you a quick demo of our platform, followed by some more specifics on our new features that we've been working on over the past few months, like revision control, diff/merge, and our new auto saving. So Modit is a platform for creating games and apps that lets anyone add their creativity to a game or an app by modifying existing ones. So if we take a look, here's our portal. Click on this one right here called Trick Shot. It's one that I made. And it's a simple physics-based launcher game, a la some things you might have seen before with various birds. And so you can save a shot if it's worth saving, which none of these have been yet. That's a little, come on. Oh, nice. And I can replay it. And I can send that to my friend and everything, but eventually I'm like, okay, what more can this be? This is kind of a boring game. I'm tired of playing virtual frat boy. Well, all I have to do is click editor because it's a Modit, and I can change any aspect of it I want. Something as simple as swapping out the images. So I'm just going to swap the cup for this image of our CEO's head that I have on the hard drive, and then this JS logo for the die. And now if I go back here and just refresh my preview, I can see that those images have been swapped out. And now it's a totally different game. It's something that's a little bit more about the fact that he's been trying to learn JavaScript, and maybe that's not going that well for him. It actually is going, it's going better than my shots are for him, I'll say that. Come on. Okay. And all I have to do to make this my own game that I can share with someone is one click, save my mod, and now it's published to a new URL online. I can share that with anyone on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, email, whatever, their phone. I can just SMS it to someone. They can open this up and start playing it right away. And I just made a game and put it online that quickly. Now, if I know how to do something more than just images, I can go into the editor, click on code, and see all the source code that defines this whole application. Everything, every little bit of it. So even if I don't know much about this application, or I haven't seen this code before, I might get curious and open up physics, and I might see this gravity constant and say, that seems a little interesting. What happens with that? Okay, cool. I just reverse gravity. That's something I've always wanted to do. But there's no limit to that. All the code's right here. I can use this to explore the Box 2D physics library that's behind this and also behind Angry Birds. And I can play around with this. I can make my own games. It can be a starting point, a learning tool, anything I want it to be. What I've got right now is great. I can share that URL with people, and they can find it if they know it, and they can reshare it with someone. But if I want people to actually see it on the front page, what I have to do is click publish. And that's going to put it on the portal and let people find it. Without that, they'd have to either be sent the URL. It's not hidden from anyone if they go to it. If they do know it, or they share it with someone else, it's not private in the sense that they're stopped from looking at it just because it's not published. But they're not going to guess 64 to the eighth different possibilities or anything. So you're kind of all set on that while you work on it. And then to display it, you can publish it to the portal or post it on your Facebook page, whatever you want. When something's published on the portal, here's what it looks like. And you can edit your icon, description, or title right here by clicking these elements, and then you'll see what the changes look like there. Now, one of the cool things about our platform is that because it's based around making apps and games, we want to let you extend the platform yourself with your own custom tools. So just like we have a tool that's, this code editor that lets you edit the actual code files, we also have, might as well show you this, an image editor that lets you edit images. So if I want to add a little freaky mustache here, I can do that. Okay. We see it updates right there, and I can refresh my preview and see the mustache on our CEO. But just like those tools exist, you can add any custom tool you want or any other Modit at all packaged with this Modit as a tool. So let's take a look at one that actually has that already. Here's a platformer game with a built-in level editor. And you can see right now the game's a bit easy. I'm supposed to have to wall jump over things, or, well, not easy enough for me apparently. But instead I can just run right through. All right, this is horribly embarrassing. We'll edit that out later. I just run right through and win like that because the level got made boring because of a previous iteration of this demo actually. What I can do is just edit this level draw anything I want here and refresh the preview and see that the level's been changed. Now, this is just a tool that's included via the Tools menu. I can click Use this tool. I can also click Mod this tool and open it up in its own tab because it itself is a Modit. Tools are just things that you include with a Modit. They use our APIs to alter the code. In this case, it's just editing this level data file, which is just a big grid, basically, a bunch of arrays saying what's where. Okay. Now what's great is you never want to edit that file manually, even if you know how to make this tool and know everything about code in the world, and certainly if you don't know how to code. But because this tool is available, it enables people, even people who don't know how to code, to add their creativity, to add a cool new level to this game. And what's great is that, like I said, you want to make this for yourself if you're developing the game anyway. So sharing it's great, but it can also be used in other Modits. So anything that follows that same sort of file format there could also use it. And here's an example. It's a breakout game, which I can click editor on. Oh, thought I'd be able to get that. I can click editor on and go into the tools menu and see this is the exact same level modding tool. I can click use this tool, and because it's using the same file format, the tool is gobbling up that file format and editing it, and we can make whatever changes we want. Just do something like that. Refresh the preview and see that right away. Like I said, all this is something that's a visual interface that's editing the code. And I said our code editor and our image editor were tools of a sort also. Well, it turns out Modit's made of Modits. And even this top bar is a separate Modit. Okay, this menu right here, right, is a Modit and can be edited. But to be a bit more obvious, we'll just take a look at the code editor, which we gave a nice memorable Modit key. And here I'm looking at the code editor. It's opening up a default file that's determined by this file path and looking at its own code. Okay, and if I go like this, we see that's the code editor in the preview window. I can refresh it. I can kill the preview if I want. I can minimize it, by the way, maximize it again. And here I'm now using the code editor in the interface to edit the code editor itself, YoDog, meta. So if in fact, you can see my changes are synced on both sides because they're actually feeding off of the same code. And if I just want to change the default file, it opens code editor.html. I can then see it's now opening this file. So we envision people being able to extend the platform or customize even the existing tools as well as adding new ones. So if you want to add VI hotkeys or you want to make the code editor more of a white on black theme, that's great. You can mod it and you can just include it as a tool. Include that, save my mod and include that forked Modit as a tool by going here, clicking add tool and putting in the URL. We eventually will have a feature, we imagine, that will let you just say, hey, always use this version, always use my code editor in place of the default one. And people can share those around, improve them, and maybe we'll even pull some of those changes into the top level tools if there's something that's popular and that everyone wants. I guess there's one more thing here. We've got workspaces. You can add a new workspace. You can delete a workspace. And within your workspace, you have separate sets of editors here. And it maintains your scrolling. Let me actually open new files here. Maintains your scrolling, so when I go between the workspaces, you see that I go back to where I was, and this one has a preview, and in this one, the preview is already sort of auto-minimized, and I can do that there.